Nelson Kawamarish here in Lisa's attic. A couple of months ago, we had posted a video showing you the process we went through with the swelling that Lisa had in her knee. We're going to do something similar in this video series, except that it's something that I'm dealing with, so I want to show you what we're going to do with that. Growing up, I always had a lot of allergies, kind of rashes, eczema, stuff like that, that were treated allopathically, through the doctor's office. The last couple of weeks, what I've developed is this dry, itchy skin on my elbow. I'm going to show you my left elbow to show you this side is fine, so to show you the difference. Now, if you notice, you get these, the skin feels thicker, obviously it's dry. These lines that form almost like a snake skin, those are called lichenification changes. That happens with repeated rubbing, in other words, from me scratching. I've been using, right now, all I've been using is just moisturizing cream, but I've been kind of delaying what needs to be done. This needs to have some better healing done. So the next series, the next portion of this video series, I'll show you the salve that I'm going to make using herbs, and we'll talk about that. But what I wanted to do now is talk about the allopathic method, what I used to do growing up, and many of you maybe are doing. Something like this would commonly be treated with some sort of a steroid cream, cortisone. Growing up, I was prescribed Valizone ointment, which is a stronger steroid cream. These are all steroid-based creams. So what you need to know is your body makes its own steroids. That's normal. What happens when you take steroids externally, whether in a cream form or pills? I'll talk about those of you who may have been treated with poison ivy in the past. What happens is when you take that, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Depending on the prescription, the make of the steroid cream, some get absorbed more than others. But when it gets absorbed into the bloodstream, what happens is the blood, as it passes through your body senses that there's steroids in the blood, and it stops making, or it slows down making its own steroids. And the problem with that is that when you stop the application, whether it's the pills or the cream, that's when the body runs into trouble, because you get this sudden drop of steroid level in the blood, and that's what causes a lot of problems. So some of you who have maybe poison ivy in the past, perhaps you were prescribed a Medro dose pack, or you were given pills, and maybe something like take 4 pills a day for 4 days, then 3 pills a day for 3 days, then 2 pills, something like that, where it decreases. And the reason they do that is so that your body can adjust to the decreasing amount of steroids that are coming into the blood from the pills that you're taking. So that's the reason for that. In terms of creams, there are some conditions that you may have to use the creams for weeks, maybe months. And again, those are chronic times that steroid is coming into the bloodstream. So I prefer not to do that anymore. So I want to treat this with an herbal product. I'm going to be making a salve, an herbal salve. And on the next video clip, I'll show you exactly how to make that. And we'll take it from there. And, as we did with the knee, we'll show you the progress of the rash. Okay, so for Sacred Ways here in Lisa's attic, signing out, Nelson Kawamarish here from Sacred Ways in Lisa's kitchen. In the last segment, I spoke to you about the rash on my elbow that I wanted to take care of with an herbal salve. So let's take a look at the ingredients that we're going to use today. We have a tablespoon of calendula flowers, a tablespoon of chamomile flowers, a tablespoon of lavender buds, 1 teaspoon of comfrey leaves, 3 ounces of olive oil, extra virgin, first press, and 2 tablespoons of beeswax. The chamomile and the calendula, they're both topical anti-inflammatories, they're antimicrobial, and they are antipruritic, which means that they will help with the itching. The lavender buds are also anti-inflammatory and an antimicrobial. The comfrey, that works a little bit different. It's a topical emollient, so it's going to help to soothe the skin, and it's cooling. It is also an anti-inflammatory. So what we want to do is infuse the oil with all of these herbs. The best way to do that is to use a double boiler, something that I don't have. So we're going to improvise. I've started a pot of water on low just to get it hot. You don't want to boil it. This is not about frying the herbs. The idea is with the heat is to let all the essence of the herbs infuse into the oil. So what I'm going to do is use a, what do we call this?
A very nice glass bowl.
A glass bowl. You want a couple of inch space between the water and the bottom of this. Again, you just want to heat things up. So I'm going to pour the oil. And maybe if you want to come around so you can.
Okay, we can do that. All right, let's go take the audience over here.
Just dump the herbs in.
All right.
I'm going to mix it up, make sure that all the herbs are covered with the oil. And basically I'm going to keep stirring this and let this infuse for 20 minutes to 30 minutes. When that's done, we will strain it. You can use a cheesecloth or a towel.
Or a filter, coffee filter.
Or a coffee filter.
Because we're improvising today, right?
Yes, today's about improvisation. And we'll go through it at that point, but basically we will then take the oil that's infused, melt the beeswax, and then pour that into the glass jar that I had on the counter there. And once that cools off, that'll solidify and the salve will be done. So again, I'm gonna work this for 20 minutes to a half hour and we'll come back and we'll take it from there. Okay? We'll see you then. Okay, so the oil is almost ready. What we're going to do is filter it through this coffee filter and a strainer into the pot. Squeeze it out, get all the infused oil in there. Once that's done, we'll add the beeswax. Heat that over low flame until the beeswax melts. And again, the idea is to get it to mix with the infused oil. Once that's ready, we pour it into the glass jar, let it cool off, and that's it. It's ready to use. Oh, there you go.
That was perfect.
Yes, this will last 6 to 12 months. Use it as often as needed on the affected areas for external use only. Okay, so let's get the oil.
Want me to scrape?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I could do that. Okay, hold on. Hold the camera and scrape. Okay. Okay, got it all?
Okay. Oil is coming through. Just help it along with some squeezing. Get all that goodness in there.
How does it smell? Because I'm over here.
It smells delicious.
It does smell good? Okay. All right. That's good. Lavender must be making it smell amazing. So do you feel like all the, herbs got all, are they hard? Are they soft?
The whole time I was with the wooden spatula, just kind of crushing, trying to macerate the herbs, trying to get all the essence into the oil.
They say that's good when you're cooking too, to always take dry herbs and rub them in your hands before adding them to food. So I would guess that this is the same idea.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're about done there.
All right.
Put that off to the side.
Again, love a man in the kitchen. All right. So the beeswax is going in.
Beeswax going in.
Okay, so we're just gonna. How long do you think we have to stir that for? Just till
until it melts. I don't think it'll take long.
All right.
But what I'll do is I'll put it on the fire, low heat, get it started, and once it's ready, we'll come back and show you putting it in the glass jar.
Okay. Until then, we'll be right back.
Yep. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The beeswax is almost melted. Just keep stirring it. Again, very low heat.
The shots are almost gone.
Yeah, just about gone. Another minute. That took what, maybe 5 minutes total?
Yeah, that's
all right. Oh, just about there. All right, so you see the beeswax totally melted with the infused oil, so we'll take it off the heat and pour it into the glass jar.
Okay.
This one has a spout, which is good.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, it smells.
I could
smells
smell
delicious, but for external use only.
So it almost smells like a salad, like it's a dressing, or I don't know.
You got oil. You got the
yeah. It does smell very good.
All right, so you can see it's already sort of gelling in the pot here, but we'll let that cool off. It'll solidify, and the salve will be done.
There you go. All right, that's how you make a salve for your
any sore skin.
Yeah.
So Nelson Calamaricia from Sacred Ways and Lisa's Kitchen, signing out. Bye bye.